Hey everyone, it's Brian from Puente Hyundai. The wait is over. We have ourselves here a 2022 Hyundai Santa Cruz. Now, luckily enough for us, we actually have a SEL Premium with the optional all-wheel drive. In this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on every aspect of this car. Now, again, we've been waiting a long time for it, so we wanna make sure here that we're gonna go over every feature, every option available on this specific trim, and we'll also talk about some of the things that you can get in the higher trims and some of the things you don't get in the lower trims. All right, everyone, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Now, the trunk space on the Santa Cruz is like no other. I mean, it's the only one of its kind. Now, let's talk first about this beautiful design. Now, Hyundai did an amazing job on the Santa Cruz. As you can see, beautiful taillights. They have Santa Cruz written on the trunk, just amazing format. Very stylish, very sleek. You can see in the bottom piece, they use this nice composite mold in order to make it look more sporty, more aggressive, which is something that you want to make sure in this kind of vehicle that you get. Now, another nice feature that they added on the Santa Cruz is the placement of the camera. They actually put it right next to the handle up top to give it more of a clear and better visual when you are using that camera in reverse. All right, folks, now let's open it up and see what we have inside. Now, looking at the interior of this trunk, it's easy to spot certain things that we're gonna talk about right away. Now, something is this beautiful tailgate. Now, what they did is they did add two small circles on each side and two bigger ones up on the other side. More than anything, you would say for drinks, maybe large cups, just things to tailgate. That's what realistically we have in mind when looking at the Santa Cruz. It's gonna be an everyday sports adventure vehicle. What we're gonna be looking at right now is the integrated tonneau cover that comes on the Santa Cruz. Now, something to note is that it will be this top part that comes with this rope. Now, in this example, we actually tied it here on the side, just to kind of give you an idea as far as some of the things that you can use it for. Now, something to note is right up here, you have a handle. Using the handle in the appropriate way, you would pull it, and once you push in, it'll actually slide down for you. So you can slide all the way, and what you use this for is pretty simple. You just retract it back in. So something very, very easy to use, as you can see, and it locks back into place. Now, something nice about this cover is that it actually retracts extremely easily, but it also gives you the option to close it at the halfway mark. So what I mean by that, I'm gonna demonstrate that right now, is when you push this back, and let's just say you're gonna slide it here to the middle, once it hits that middle section, it can actually lock back in here to make it easy if you wanted to just use half of the cover in order to cover something in there and then leave this space open in case you had a bike or something that you wanted the top end to stick out of. Now, looking at the cargo area in the trunk. Now, there is a hidden compartment in this trunk. Now, notice that when I open the trunk, or open the cargo area, the LED lights do turn on. It gives it a nicer feel, and you are able to see, especially at nighttime. Now, something that I do want to make very clear is that the cargo trunk area, it is pretty deep, but it also has the ability to drain in case you wanted to put ice or water or what have you, some kind of liquids down there. It does have a drain available. Again, this is more than anything for storage, things of that nature, and it's really nice because it's just a hidden compartment underneath. Now, once you close this back up, again, really flat and smooth surface. Now, once we've taken a look at the trunk area, we will also note that there are two boxes located on left and right side. Now, both of these have the functionality of cargo room, cargo areas, just to put smaller things, things of that nature, just to kind of help you out. Now, something really, really nice to note though, is that on the right side, this cargo area will actually have a 115 volt home charger, a home plug, which can be used, for example, if you're out camping, to use some kind of device out in the wilderness, or even to blow up a tent or what have you, things of that nature. So it's really convenient, and the fact that they have it on in the really nice, secure place makes it even better. Now, something else to note in this trunk is gonna be that they actually added a section here that you can use to put devices, dividers, separators. Now, you would use this locking mechanism to move it over in order to put whatever you needed to be put back here. You'll also notice that there are small spaces here on the sides, used again in order to put some kind of divider here, which in other videos we will demonstrate. On this cover, you do actually have a locking mechanism found underneath. So in case you just decided that I don't want this open anytime soon, you have a small yellow symbol here. You would turn this, and once you turn it, it actually locks this in place. So it will no longer be able to be opened. One other thing I want to demonstrate is the room in this trunk. Now, obviously this is a question a lot of people have been wondering as far as what we could fit inside of it. Now, something I want to demonstrate on my size is, I'm right around 6 feet, about 290 pounds. So I want to show you how I would fit in it. That way, if you're at home wondering, well, I wonder how long this trunk really is, you can see for yourself. So let's take a look. Now, bringing this down, you're gonna notice they actually have steps on the sides and on the front. If you wanted to get in that way, but you're gonna see how easy it is, especially because it's not an extremely huge truck. So being able to jump in extremely simply, being able to sit down, lay flat, and pull in. You'll notice the fact that I'm 6 feet and I'm able to fit perfectly. And I would say my feet are, now once I'm up, but when I'm completely laying flat, my feet are right at the pillar. So you could say with the bed open, that you'd have about 6 foot of room, for your bikes and what have you. If that doesn't make you want to come down and drive one, then I don't know what will. So talking about the room in the actual rear passenger side of the Santa Cruz. Now, Hyundai got really creative when it came to giving customers more room and ability of storage in this vehicle. So something we're gonna look at is underneath the seats. So you'll find there is a strap on the sides of the seats. When you pull this, it actually will lift the seat up to give you a small storage compartment available on both sides in order to put just random things, things that you might need inside a small cubby underneath the seat. Again, just more than anything for convenience and the ability to store things that might not be able to fit if you're gonna be having passengers in the rear. So lifting up the seats. Now, something that I do want to note is that it is a 60-40 split here in the rear. So on the right side, or better yet, behind the driver, you'll have the one seat, and then this second portion will be the double seat. Now, something that you will note is that when I lift this side up, Hyundai actually put a neat place to have the jack equipment, but that is removable. So if you were to remove this part, you would have a full bench available for underneath storage. And I'm actually going to show you how easy it is. You just lift this up and take it out. Pretty simple. One nice feature that Hyundai added to the new Santa Cruz is this nice sliding window, which you can open from the inside. All right, everyone, let's talk about motors. Now, that's a question that we get asked a lot when it comes to the Santa Cruz. Now, this vehicle will actually be optional with 2 different motors, which we're gonna explain in detail right now. Now, the 2 motors that come with the vehicle is gonna be a 2.5 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder and a 2.5 turbo 4-cylinder. Now, horsepower difference goes from 190 on the naturally aspirated all the way to 280 on the 4-cylinder turbo. Now, torque, it's going to be 180 on the naturally aspirated and up to 311 on the turbo version. Other frequently asked questions is towing and payload, so I want to make sure I make that very clear. Towing capacity on the lower trims, which is going to be the naturally aspirated motor, you'll get at 3,500 for the towing capacity. Now, once you move up to the turbo motor, then that's when you'll move up in capacity up to 5,000 when it comes to that towing capacity. Payloads are actually going to be pretty similar at 1,500 for the lower trims and up to 1,900 on the higher trims with the 2.5 turbo motor. Okay, so when we're talking about transmissions on the brand new Hyundai Santa Cruz, there is two available transmissions. The first one is going to be available on the lower trims, which is going to be the 8-speed automatic transmission with Shiftronic. Now, if you do move up to the higher trims, which is going to give you the 2.5 turbo motor, you'll get the new 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission. All right, guys, so let's talk about some of the things that separate the Santa Cruz from what most people say is going to be the exact same interior as the Hyundai Tucson. Now, granted, the design and the layout are very similar, but there are some buttons out here that will be different, which is what I want to make sure to explain to you. So some of the things that we look at is the new design. They did a really nice job making it a very flush two-tone look with the gray and the metallic look on the sides. Now that is across the board, and it actually goes with the vents. Something that they did do very similar to in the Tucson. Now, something that you'll notice is that there is a button on the left-hand side only available for the Santa Cruz. Now, what this button does is it will turn on the LED lights located in the trunk. Now, the way you know it's on is when you press it, the orange light will illuminate to make it very clear that the light is on. Now, all you would do is you would tap it again and it'll actually shut them off back there in the trunk. Depending on the trim level, you can also get ventilated seats and heated seats. So if you're in the lower trims, you will only have heated seats, but once you move up to the limited trim, you will get ventilated and heated seats in the front passenger side. And then the nice thing is you'll actually get vents and 2 USB ports if you move up to the limited trim for the rear passengers. Now, some of the features that the vehicle will come with are going to be the drive mode, which will give you the differences between sport, normal, comfort, and smart. Now, what those features will do is it'll change the transmission and the driving format of the vehicle to give you a little bit more oomph in sport mode and maybe a little bit better fuel economy in smart. Now, another set of buttons that we have down here is going to be the auto hold, which will allow the vehicle to hold in place when you're in drive. Let's just say you're in stop and go traffic or at a stoplight. It gives you the ability to hold in place. Now, once the light turns green or the traffic starts to flow up, you just tap the gas and it'll move you forward. Another feature you have here is going to be the camera. So you actually have the ability to press on this P button, which will illuminate the camera here in the middle, which will give you the functionality of being able to see the rear while you're driving. The last one is going to be one of my favorites, which is the downhill assist. Now, this is going to be more for a sports, sports adventure vehicle, which this is, which gives you the functionality of when you press the button, and let's just say you're going downhill, the vehicle will actually help brake for you in order to help illuminate or get over a certain speed. So it's a really nice safety feature that Hyundai added onto the Santa Cruz. Now, this vehicle will also come standard with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and on the higher trims you will get a wireless charging pad. All right, guys, one other thing we wanted to mention here at Hyundai is exclusive for this vehicle. Now, the Hyundai Santa Cruz actually has little hidden Easter eggs located all over the car. Now, something that's really nice and stylish on this vehicle is going to be the daytime running lights, which are located here at the front of the grille. Now, something you'll also note is that the headlights are going to be located down here at the bottom, as well as the high beams. So that's something that I wanted to make sure that you guys were aware because the styling is so unique. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any other questions or concerns, please leave them in the comment section below. If you liked the video, please like, share, and we welcome you guys to come on down, test drive the car. It's a lot of fun. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.